Research is hard, but your tools should not be. Subthesis.com is the free alternative to expensive software. Whether you need to calculate Cronbach's alpha or organize your field notes, Subthesis has a tool for it. No paywalls and no registration required. Check the link in the description and let's dive into today's lesson. Welcome to this guide on building your dissertation committee. Your dissertation committee is the group of faculty who will guide, evaluate, and ultimately approve your doctoral work. While your advisor plays the primary role, committee members provide additional expertise, perspectives, and support that strengthen your dissertation and your development as a scholar. Building an effective committee requires strategic thinking about who can best support your work and your career. This is not merely an administrative requirement, but an opportunity to assemble a team that will help you succeed. Poor committee choices can create obstacles, conflicts, and delays. Thoughtful choices create a supportive environment for excellent work. Today, we will explore how to understand committee purposes and structures, select members strategically, manage diverse perspectives effectively, and navigate the committee process from initial formation through successful defense. The choices you make about your committee will significantly affect your dissertation experience and outcomes. By the end of this session, you will be equipped to build and work with your dissertation committee across 4 key dimensions. First, you will understand the purpose and structure of dissertation committees, including what committees are supposed to do, how they are typically organized, and what requirements your program likely has. Second, you will learn to select committee members strategically by identifying what you need from committee members, evaluating potential candidates, and approaching faculty appropriately. Third, you will develop skills for managing committee dynamics and diverse perspectives, recognizing that multiple faculty with different views create both challenges and opportunities. Finally, you will understand how to navigate the committee process from formation through your successful defense, knowing what to expect at each stage and how to work with your committee effectively throughout. Let us begin by understanding what dissertation committees actually do. Dissertation committees serve multiple purposes that benefit your work, your development, and the integrity of doctoral education. Quality assurance is a primary committee function. Committees ensure your dissertation meets the standards expected for doctoral work. Multiple faculty reviewing your work catch problems, identify weaknesses, and hold you to high standards. This quality control protects the value of the degree for everyone. Expertise provision brings knowledge your advisor may lack. No single person is expert in everything your dissertation might involve. Committee members can provide methodological expertise, theoretical knowledge, or substantive understanding that complements your advisor's strengths. A well-chosen committee covers the bases your dissertation requires. Career support comes from having additional faculty invested in your success. Committee members can write recommendation letters, make introductions, and advocate for you beyond what your advisor alone can do. Multiple faculty champions expand your professional network and support. Diverse perspectives from multiple viewpoints strengthen your work. Different faculty see different things. What your advisor overlooks, a committee member might catch. What seems obvious from one perspective might be challenged from another. This diversity of input produces stronger dissertations than single advisor oversight. Committee structure varies by institution and program, but common patterns exist. Understanding your specific requirements is essential. The committee chair is usually your advisor, though some programs use different terminology or allow co-chairs. The chair coordinates committee activities, has primary responsibility for guiding your work, and often wields most influence over your progress. In some fields, the chair role is more administrative, while all members share guidance responsibility. Internal members come from your department or program. They share your disciplinary background and can evaluate your work against departmental standards. Programs often require a minimum number of internal members. These faculty know your program's expectations and can help you meet them. External members from outside your department or institution bring different perspectives and expertise. Some programs require external members to ensure broader scholarly standards are met. External members may have expertise not available in your department or may represent fields your interdisciplinary work addresses. Committee size and composition requirements vary significantly. Check your program's specific requirements early. Common structures include 3 to 5 members with at least one external. Some programs require a graduate school representative or other specific roles. Knowing the rules helps you plan effectively. Timing for committee formation varies by program, but strategic thinking about when to form your committee improves outcomes. Check your program requirements first, since some programs specify when committees must be formed or submitted for approval. These requirements set your latest deadline, though forming earlier may be advantageous. Earlier formation is often better because building relationships with committee members takes time. Faculty who know you over multiple years can provide better guidance and write stronger recommendation letters. Starting committee relationships early creates the foundation for effective support. Having your committee in place before your proposal defense allows committee input to shape your dissertation direction. Committee members who help shape the proposal are invested in the project and have clearer expectations about what the completed dissertation should look like. Forming the committee after the proposal limits their influence on direction. Faculty have limited availability, and the people you most want on your committee may be on sabbatical, overcommitted, or otherwise unavailable when you ask. Allowing time for potential unavailability lets you pursue first choices and have fallback options if needed. Selecting committee members based on expertise ensures your committee can provide the guidance your dissertation requires. Identify the expertise your dissertation requires by considering your research question, methods, theoretical frameworks, and substantive areas. What knowledge is essential for evaluating and improving your work? This inventory reveals what expertise your committee must collectively possess. Map expertise across potential members by considering what each candidate brings. Some faculty may cover multiple areas, others have narrow but deep expertise. Understanding what each person offers helps you assemble comprehensive coverage. Fill gaps that your advisor cannot cover. Your advisor is your primary resource, but they likely lack expertise in some areas your dissertation requires. Committee members should complement your advisor's strengths by providing what they cannot. Duplicating your advisor's exact expertise wastes committee slots. Consider both methodological and theoretical needs. Methodological expertise helps ensure your analysis is rigorous and appropriate. Theoretical expertise helps ensure your conceptual framework is sound and well positioned in the literature. Both types of expertise matter for a strong dissertation. Beyond expertise, practical factors affect whether committee members will actually support your success. Availability matters because even the perfect expert provides little value if they are never accessible. Consider teaching loads, sabbatical plans, administrative responsibilities, and general responsiveness. Faculty known for being unavailable may not serve you well regardless of their expertise. Working style compatibility affects your experience. Some faculty provide detailed written feedback, others prefer discussion. Some respond quickly, others take months. Some are supportive, others are primarily critical. Understanding potential members' working styles helps you choose people you can work with effectively. Existing relationships with potential members and between them affect committee dynamics. Faculty who know you can commit with more information. Faculty who have difficult relationships with each other may create committee conflict. Your advisor's relationships with potential members also matter. Career support extends beyond the dissertation itself. Committee members can write recommendation letters, make professional introductions, and support your job search, considering who will be valuable advocates for your career, not just evaluators of your dissertation, adds an important selection criterion. Approaching faculty to join your committee requires thoughtfulness and professionalism. How you ask affects whether they say yes and how they view your work going forward. Discuss potential committee members with your advisor before approaching anyone. Your advisor may have information about faculty you do not, including workload, upcoming sabbaticals, or interpersonal dynamics. They may also have preferences about who should be on your committee. Coordinate before extending invitations. Prepare before asking by knowing your project well enough to explain it clearly. Potential committee members will want to understand what they are being asked to support. Be ready to describe your research question, approach, and why their particular expertise would be valuable. Make a clear request so the faculty member understands what you are asking. Explain that you would like them to serve on your committee, what that involvement would entail, and your anticipated timeline. Clear requests enable informed decisions. Accept no gracefully because faculty may decline for various reasons, many unrelated to you or your work. Overcommitment, upcoming transitions, or lack of relevant expertise may lead to reasonable refusals. Thank them for considering and move to other candidates without resentment. Having multiple committee members brings diverse perspectives that create both benefits and challenges. Understanding this dynamic helps you manage it effectively. Benefits of diverse perspectives include stronger work that survives scrutiny from multiple viewpoints and broader support from faculty with different networks. When committee members with different approaches all endorse your work, that endorsement is more meaningful. Challenges arise when diverse perspectives generate conflicting advice. One committee member may want more theory while another wants more data. One may favor one methodological approach while another prefers a different one. These conflicts create uncertainty about how to proceed. Balance diverse perspectives against potential conflict. You want enough diversity to strengthen your work, but not so much disagreement that your committee cannot function. Extreme theoretical or methodological disagreements between members can make consensus impossible. Consider compatibility as well as diversity. Your role is integrating multiple inputs into coherent work that satisfies everyone adequately. You cannot simply follow one person's advice and ignore another's. Finding synthesis that respects diverse perspectives while maintaining the integrity of your project is your responsibility. This integration skill itself is part of doctoral training. Managing committee dynamics requires intentional effort to ensure productive relationships among all parties. Keep everyone appropriately informed so there are no surprises. Committee members should know about significant developments, changes in direction, or issues affecting the work. Discovering important information at a meeting that they should have known earlier creates frustration and damages trust. Facilitate constructive communication among committee members. Share information honestly. Do not tell one member what they want to hear while telling another something different. Do not play members off against each other. Committees work best when built on trust and transparency. Address conflicts that arise rather than letting them fester. If committee members disagree about direction, clarify the disagreement and work toward resolution. If interpersonal tensions emerge, acknowledge them and seek to manage them. Avoided conflicts typically worsen over time. Work through your chair for major coordination. Your committee chair, usually your advisor, has formal responsibility for coordinating the committee. Respect this role by keeping your chair informed about your communications with other members and seeking their guidance on managing dynamics. Going around your chair creates problems. Working effectively with committee members involves different interaction types at different times throughout your dissertation process. Individual meetings with committee members beyond your advisor happen as needed. Some members may want regular updates, while others prefer minimal contact until formal milestones. Understand each member's preferences and provide appropriate engagement. These individual relationships can be valuable sources of guidance. Full committee meetings typically occur at formal milestones, proposal defense, dissertation defense, and sometimes additional checkpoints. These meetings require coordination of multiple schedules and thorough preparation. Coming prepared to committee meetings shows respect and enables productive discussion. Written communication, including updates and draft chapters, keeps committee members engaged between meetings. Different members may want different levels of communication. Some appreciate regular updates, others prefer less frequent contact with more substance. Calibrate your communication to each member's preferences. Respect committee members' time by being prepared and efficient in all interactions. Faculty have many demands on their time. Making good use of meeting time, providing organized materials, and being responsive to their input demonstrates professionalism, and maintains their goodwill. Conflicting advice from committee members is common and manageable when you approach it systematically. Seek clarification when you receive conflicting advice to understand the conflict fully. Sometimes apparent conflicts result from miscommunication or different interpretations of your work. Understanding exactly what each person is saying and why reveals whether the conflict is real or resolvable through clarification. Identify the core issue underlying the conflict. Surface-level disagreements about specific recommendations often reflect deeper disagreements about methodology, theory, or standards. Understanding what is really at stake helps you address the fundamental issue rather than just managing symptoms. Propose synthesis that integrates diverse views when possible. Often you can find approaches that satisfy different committee members' concerns without requiring anyone to abandon their position. Your ability to find creative synthesis demonstrates scholarly maturity and often produces better work than either original suggestion. Escalate to your chair when resolution requires authority. Some conflicts cannot be resolved through your synthesis alone. In these cases, your chair can facilitate discussion among committee members, make calls about direction, or otherwise use their coordinating role to resolve impasses. The proposal stage is a critical milestone where your committee shapes the direction of your dissertation work. Committee involvement at the proposal stage represents their major opportunity to influence your project's direction. After the proposal is approved, your fundamental approach is largely set. This makes the proposal stage particularly important for getting committee input. Prepare thoroughly for your proposal by developing a written proposal document and usually a formal presentation. Different programs have different requirements, but thoroughness demonstrates readiness to proceed. A well-prepared proposal leads to more productive discussion. Expect substantive feedback since proposals are typically refined through the process rather than approved without change. Committee members raising concerns or suggesting modifications is normal and healthy. Use this feedback to strengthen your project before you invest years in execution. The outcome of a successful proposal is an approved direction for your dissertation. Your committee has endorsed your approach, and you can proceed with confidence that you are on the right track. Changes after proposal approval are possible, but should be discussed with your committee. The period between proposal approval and dissertation defense involves ongoing committee engagement as you execute your research and write your dissertation. Maintain appropriate contact with committee members during this phase. The appropriate level varies by member preference and your needs. Some members want regular updates, others prefer to engage only when you have substantial material to share. Understand each member's expectations and meet them. Share draft chapters for feedback as they are completed or at least in substantial form. Getting feedback on chapters individually allows you to incorporate suggestions before producing a complete draft. Waiting until you have a complete dissertation to seek any feedback creates a risk of major revisions at the worst time. Report progress and challenges honestly. Committee members should not be surprised at your defense by problems you could have flagged earlier. If your research is not going as planned or you are behind schedule, communicate. They may have suggestions, and they will certainly appreciate knowing. Prepare for your defense continuously rather than cramming at the end. Anticipate questions committee members might raise. Address concerns before they become defense problems. The defense should hold no surprises if you have worked with your committee well throughout. The dissertation defense is the culminating event of your doctoral work, where your committee formally examines your completed dissertation. The defense is a formal examination where you present and defend your work before your committee. Procedures vary by institution, but typically involve a presentation followed by questions from committee members. This public demonstration of your expertise marks your transition to doctorate. There should be no surprises at the defense if you have worked with your committee throughout. Your advisor and committee should tell you beforehand whether you are ready to defend. Defending when your committee has concerns they have not shared indicates poor communication and creates risk. Know your work cold through thorough preparation. You should be the world's expert on your dissertation by the time you defend. Anticipate questions, practice your presentation, and prepare for extended discussion of any aspect of your work. Confidence comes from preparation. Outcomes of the defense typically include pass, pass with revisions, or rarely fail. Most defenses result in passing, often with required revisions. Failures are rare when committees have been appropriately engaged throughout. Your committee should not let you defend if you are not ready. External committee members from outside your department or institution bring distinctive value and distinctive challenges. External members provide outside perspective that may not be available within your department. They can offer expertise your department lacks, represent fields your interdisciplinary work addresses, or simply provide fresh eyes unconditioned by departmental culture. Finding appropriate external members may require networking beyond your immediate environment. Conference connections, your advisor's professional network, and authors whose work you engage can all yield potential external members. Approaching scholars you do not know personally is acceptable with appropriate introduction and clear value proposition. Managing logistics with external members requires more effort since they are not around for casual contact. Virtual meetings may replace in-person discussions. Defense attendance may need to accommodate travel or virtual participation. Plan for these logistics when forming your committee. Building relationships with external members despite less contact requires intentional effort. Keep them informed, engage them substantively when you do communicate, and make their involvement feel meaningful despite distance. External relationships can be valuable professionally beyond the committee role. Committee membership sometimes needs to change during the dissertation process. Understanding how to handle changes helps you navigate them when necessary. Changes happen for various reasons. Faculty leave institutions, retire, have health issues, or experience changed circumstances. Your needs may evolve as your project develops. Interpersonal difficulties may make continued collaboration untenable. Committee changes, while not ideal, are sometimes necessary. Evaluate whether a change is truly necessary before pursuing it. Working through difficulties may be preferable to the disruption of change. Not every problem requires changing committee membership. Some can be managed through communication and adjustment. Reserve changes for situations where they are genuinely needed. Follow your program's procedures for committee changes. Typically, changes require approval and documentation. Your advisor and graduate program staff can guide you through appropriate processes. Informal changes without proper documentation can create problems at defense time. Manage transitions gracefully whether a member is leaving voluntarily or being replaced due to difficulties. Maintain professionalism regardless of circumstances. How you handle transitions reflects on you and affects relationships that may continue beyond the immediate committee context. The committee relationship does not end at your defense. Managing the transition and maintaining relationships serves your ongoing career. Complete any revisions required by your committee promptly. Your committee approved your dissertation contingent on certain changes. Follow through demonstrates professionalism and finalizes the process properly. Delays in completing revisions can create problems and frustrate committee members. Thank committee members appropriately for their service and guidance. A thoughtful acknowledgement, whether in writing, through gifts consistent with your program's norms, or both, recognizes the time and effort they invested. Gratitude strengthens relationships and is simply appropriate. Maintain relationships with committee members because they remain valuable throughout your career. They can continue to provide guidance, write recommendation letters, make introductions, and support your development. Periodic updates about your career maintain connections that may be activated for future needs. Your committee members become colleagues as you establish yourself professionally. The power dynamic shifts as you become a fellow professional rather than a student. These relationships can evolve into peer collaboration, though the mentorship element often persists. Nurturing these connections creates lasting professional network relationships. Avoiding common mistakes in committee formation and management prevents problems that undermine dissertation success. Choosing committee members on availability alone without considering expertise creates committees that cannot provide needed guidance. The most available faculty may not be the most relevant. Balance availability with expertise and fit. Ignoring interpersonal dynamics when forming your committee creates a risk of conflicts that disrupt your progress. Faculty who fundamentally disagree or have difficult relationships can make your committee dysfunctional. Consider how potential members will work together, not just individually. Underutilizing your committee wastes the resource you have assembled. Committee members can provide more guidance, feedback, and support than many students request. If you only engage your committee at formal milestones, you miss opportunities for ongoing mentorship and input. Waiting too long to form your committee or to engage its members limits their influence on your work and the relationships you can build. Earlier formation allows committee input to shape your project more thoroughly and gives you time to develop meaningful relationships with members. Let us consolidate the essential lessons from today's exploration of building your dissertation committee. First, build your committee strategically by considering both expertise and practical factors. Your committee should provide the knowledge your dissertation requires while also being people you can work with effectively. Balance these considerations thoughtfully when selecting members. Second, form your committee early and engage members throughout the process rather than only at formal milestones. Earlier formation allows more influence on your direction and more time for relationship building. Regular engagement keeps members invested and informed. Third, manage the diverse perspectives your committee brings constructively. Diversity strengthens your work but can create conflicting advice. Your role is integrating multiple inputs into coherent work that satisfies your committee. Fourth, maintain relationships with committee members that continue beyond graduation. These faculty have invested in your success and can continue supporting your career. They become colleagues as you establish yourself professionally. In our next session, we will explore navigating department politics, understanding the interpersonal dynamics and power structures that shape academic environments. Writing a thesis is a marathon, not a sprint, but you do not have to run it alone. If you are feeling stuck with your data or overwhelmed by your sources, let us help. Head over to subthesis.com. It is completely free and designed to make your life easier. You are making progress. Keep going. And don't forget to subscribe for more support.